Normally that's what we're known as. Okay, so let me give that opportunity. Sunny, you want to take that?
Yeah, I didn't catch your name. What was your name?
Reshma.
Reshma. So, Reshma, the best way to translate your core knowledge that you're learning, we talked about before, right? Whether it's electrical engineering or any other engineering and so on.
Electrical.
Triple E, right? So, you are learning the analytical skills to analyze a problem. And that's what's important in any customer situations. So, end of the day, you're learning software to do what? Not to earn money, but really to solve customer problem, which then will give you money and fame and so on, right? So ultimately what you're doing is, anything that you're doing in your career, the first thing should always be, is this going to be useful to my customer? How can I use my skills to be that? So your question really was, how can I use the skills that I'm learning, convert that into something that is important for my customer? That's how I would phrase that. So the answer to that question then is, it's not as much as the individual trade that I'm learning, individual subjects that I'm learning. It is, how am I able to use that in my, let's say, in your own current semester, as you're going through learning something and applying it. Think about, how do I use some of these into common problems? What has somebody else done using the technology that I'm learning today? How was this thing actually put to actual use? If you go through that case study, if you study that process, so somebody has invented some of the electrical concepts, right? So if you just think about whatever you're learning, how was this useful to the community? How was this useful to the customer? If you have that thought process behind you, you will learn the analytical process behind it. That skill is what is important. Unless you actually pick up the electrical engineering job in the field, which most people don't do. I'll give you the industry standard. Out of all the people, and this might be a shock to you, or maybe you already know this, people go through engineering colleges and other professions and learn the subject matter, that only 5% in the world actually practice what they learn. In other words, especially engineers. If you're a civil engineer, only 5% of them end up really constructing buildings. If you're a mechanical engineer, only 5% of them really use 100% of what they learn in a factory and do whatever they do. Rest, use that knowledge, use the skill set they have, and do something different. And so 95% of you are going to be in that bracket where you're going to use that. So what is important therefore is, whatever you've learned, can I convert that into a knowledge of, these are the learnings from it, this is how this particular technology was used by whoever invented the process, right? If you learn that, then you can use that kind of skill set to any customer situation, any situation that you come across during the industry, in the software industry. Hope that kind of made sense to your question.
All right, thank you again. I think in the interest of time, we're going to cut the question and answers, but I will turn it over to the... Okay. Thank you again.
Sir, I have one question, madam. Is there any possibility of establishing an academic alliance with RIT from the institution side?
The question was, is there any way to have an academic alliance with Oracle? It's a question that you're asking that requires a little more internal discussion, and then we'll come back to it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your very resourceful and productive interaction. But because of very shortage of time, we are not able to satisfy all the students who are sitting here. But I think in this presentation and the overall interaction, most of your doubts and majority of your doubts would have been clarified. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you once again. And our college, as I told you, a great philanthropist, our Mallikarjuna Garu, we have been practicing this since the establishment of the college, that is encouraging economically weak and meritorious students. So in this context, Today we are going to distribute 2 laptops to 2 economically weak and meritorious students from our college. And one is sponsored by our treasurer, Sri Kottumas Venkateswarrao Garu, and another one is sponsored by our management committee member, Sri Datta Subbarao Garu. Please give them a very big hand, please. So today is an apt occasion for these students also, because we are very fortunate to receive that appreciation from the dignitaries on the days. So for which may I call upon T. Rohini of 3rd ECB with 87%, and for which I call President Garu onto the stage, Kottumas Venkateswarrao onto the stage. May I request Woman Charan Garu to give away this laptop to that. Rohini. Thank you, sir, and thank you, Venkateswarrao Garu, for your kind and sympathy towards this economically weak, and because this is the support what our education institution has been giving since the inception of this college. And next, may I welcome MST Tejashwini of 2nd CSE with 85%, and I also invite Datta Subbarao Garu onto the stage. And may I request Santanam Garu to please. Thank you, sir. And actually, for the past 4 years, our President Chalwal Mallikarjuna Garu has been distributing 100 dresses for 100 students. The category is economically weak and meritorious students. So in this context today, because of very shortage of time, we are calling only 16 students from first year SNH to receive the dresses from these dignitaries on the stage. So let me call Omkar Avinash from first year. Please run. Omkar Avinash, followed by Jagadish. Followed by Jagadish. All of you please come here. Pavan Karthik, Prakash Kumar, A. Narayan Rao, A. V. Krishna Chaitanya, Hemant Ram Kumar, Lalit Kumar, Sai Teja Reddy, Ganesh, Jagdish, Naveen Kumar. Okay, now let me invite Woman Charan Garu again for distribution, and I also welcome our Chalwal Mallikarjuna Garu. Let me welcome Srinivas Posraj Garu also, please, for distribution, sir. Please, sir. All the 3 people on the stage, because they feel very happy, students feel very happy. addresses. Wait, ma, wait. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. This is a very common process which we do in our college by Mallikarjuna Bhagat every year. But today the students are very lucky, sir, to take from your hands from these dignitaries on the days. And as a token of our respect and regard and love for these people who have a small felicitation, for which I invite our principal, Datta Subbarao Garu, and our treasurer Garu and Bhuvaneshwar Garu onto the stage to join in the felicitation ceremony, sir. Please. I also invite our secretary, Sri Sriram Radhakrishnan Garu onto the stage, sir. Sir, please accompany us. Please, sir. May I now welcome
సార్ వరాకల్లో టీం అంతా కూడా ఇక్కడే ఉన్నారు. మీరు మాత్రం వైజాగ్ పెట్టమన్నా కూడా వైజాగ్ పెట్టబాకండి సార్. మీరు అప్లికేషన్ ఇవ్వండి. నేను విజయవాడలోనే రాజధానిలో నేను క్యాపిటల్ సిటీలో సో ఇప్పుడు ఆఫీస్ అమరావతి you can give your application to me. I can forward it to the proper channel, and I was trying to allot how many acres you require. Just like you have still.
from our President Mallikarjuna Garu. Please give a very
I think that request we will carefully consider it because there's a process, and I will take that request and move forward, and then we'll definitely come back. Okay.
And now let me welcome Bhuvaneshwar Garu, sir, to please come forward. I also request our principal onto the stage. Secretary Garu, please. Thank you, sir. Bhuvaneshwar Garu, please come and join us. Thank you very much. Now, may I request Srivatsan Santanam Garu onto the stage, please. Please, sir. Similarly, let me invite Srinivas Pochraj Garu onto the stage. Sir, please. Sir, Hargopal Garu, please come and join. Thank you very much, sir, all of you. Okay, really, it's a very unforgettable moment in the history of PSCMR, and this is the time I have to extend my vote of thanks on this fabulous occasion. Firstly, I thank Chalwal Mallikarjuna Garu for organizing and for arranging such a fabulous event on the campus. And of course, I have to thank from the bottom of my heart all the dignitaries on the stage, Woman Charan Garu, Santanam Garu and Srinivas Garu, for having come to the college all the way from Bangalore, as said by Bhuvaneshwar Garu, and taking pains and interacting with students. Really, sir, it helps a lot, and it is something like a booster to all the students, not only the present students, but because these students, they will definitely carry a word to see those who are not here. So that will have a high potential. That's what, as a faculty member, I strongly believe. And of course, I thank all the management members who have been very supportive in the organization of all such events. And above all, I thank all the faculty members who have been working for this event to come true for all these 1 week of days. And above all, the highest thanks goes to the students who are here, who have been very silent. Really, students generally for a half an hour also in the class, they won't be silent. That is what I have noted. But here continuously 2.5 hours, they were with all ears to your speeches. So from that, really the whole appreciation goes to students above all. So thank you very much, all, and especially hardware technicians who have been here. They have given a very great support, and above all, thank you for your participation, and thank you very much, sir, for your visit to the college. In 2014 you visited, and 2016 you visited, and I think that our association should continue as long as the sun exists.